Mirror Realms, Episode 15. The mirror that showed me what I feared most. Part 1. The mirror that shouldn't exist. I never bought the mirror. It just appeared one day. At first, I thought I had forgotten about it, maybe a gift from someone, maybe I picked it up at a thrift shop and didn't remember. But I don't forget things. And I never would have brought this into my home. It was old, its frame cracked like dry skin, the glass slightly warped. But it wasn't the way it looked that bothered me. It was the way I felt when I stood in front of it. Like something was watching me from inside. And worse, like it knew me. Part 2. The first glimpse of fear. The first time I realized something was wrong, I had just woken up. I stumbled into the bathroom, barely conscious, splashing water on my face. Then I looked up. And I saw something behind me. It was just a shadow, a shape that shouldn't have been there, lingering in the background of my reflection. When I turned around, nothing. But in the mirror, it was still there. It looked like me. But it wasn't me. And for a split second it smiled. Part 3. The reflection that changed. I avoided the mirror for days. But then, one night, I made a mistake. I was scrolling through my phone when my screen dimmed, turning black for a second before lighting up again. And in that brief moment I saw a reflection behind me. The mirror was still there, across the room. But I wasn't alone. Something was standing in front of it. Watching. Waiting. And when I turned to look, my phone screen flickered. The figure was now closer. Part 4. The message in the glass. I woke up to whispers. Soft, unintelligible, like someone talking just beyond my hearing. I sat up, heart pounding. The mirror had fogged over. Like someone had just breathed against it. And then I saw the words. Scrawled in the condensation, written from the inside. Look behind you. I turned so fast my vision blurred. My room was empty. My door was locked. But when I turned back, the message was gone. But now the mirror was closer to my bed. Part 5. The fear that became real. That night, I heard knocking. Not on my front door. Not on my window. On the mirror. A slow, deliberate tap, tap, tap. I forced myself to stay in bed. To not look. But I could feel it. Something on the other side of the glass. Then, just as I was drifting off, I heard it, a whisper. Right next to my ear. What are you afraid of? I turned to face the mirror. And my reflection was already looking at me. Part 6. The nightmare that wasn't a dream. I woke up inside the mirror. Or at least, that's what it felt like. My room was there, but the air was wrong. The shadows stretched too far, the walls pulsed like they were breathing. And in the center of the room, something was waiting for me. It was shaped like me, but its face was wrong. Too smooth. Too empty. And then it started to smile. Its lips parted, but the voice I heard wasn't its own. It was mine. Part 7. The trade. I ran to the mirror, pounding on the glass. My real room was on the other side, but it was fading. No, I was fading. The figure stepped closer, raising one pale hand. It pressed its palm against the glass. And I felt my own hand move against my will. We were trading places. It was taking my life. And suddenly I understood what it was. It wasn't a ghost. It wasn't a demon. It was my reflection. The one I had ignored. The one I had feared. The one that had been waiting for its turn. Part 8. The final choice. I had one chance. I slammed my fist into the mirror, shattering the glass. The world lurched, and suddenly I was back in my bed, gasping for breath. The mirror was gone. Completely. But the floor was covered in shards of glass. And when I looked closer, each piece reflected something different. Not my bedroom. Not my apartment. but a place I had never been before. A place where something was still waiting. And smiling. Just like me.